Helicopter approaching. Direct overhead, direct overhead. Identify the vehicle. Helicopter approaching, helicopter approaching. Got our silver and blue LAPD back. I can't see from the viewfinder if it's him, but it's probably him. Okay, so it looks like we got security right here. I think it's that one guy who gave me some shit. Okay, so he's moving as I pull in. Notice he's on the move. Okay, pulling up sideways over in this area. Okay, and he's coming around to take and follow me in the area. Okay, here he comes behind me. Black and white, passes overhead. It has been buzzing for a while right as I'm making this movie about them buzzing me. Man, with this Panasonic, the color sometimes takes forever to get to the right one. So I was in this, I just wanted to catalog that I was in this Whole Foods, and as I knew trouble was coming at me from all sides today. I mean, it's like you could feel the spirit of Satan, the spirit of evil in people, just fully like, whoa, see that? Whoa, that's amazing. Just as I was talking about the spirit of Satan in people, then you get this crazy guy coming straight at me. Okay, just so you know what happened there, just as I was walking along, that old man came at me like his shoulder like this, like coming at me like that, like totally aggressively. If I had been like, you know, some badass dude, I totally would have turned around and decked him. Just letting you know, that guy just totally came at me like if I didn't get out of his way, he was gonna like to hit me with his shoulder. So I jumped out of his way, as you could see. So just so you know what happened there. That's funny. Well, anyway, so I was in this Whole Foods over here, and this guy, I heard him whistling behind me. And this is a tactic that Satan uses as a repetitive tactic to try to get on my nerves, you see? And so, I mean, I've noticed this for years. And and in the store, I turned around, there's this guy, and I looked at him, you know, because he came walking right behind me, and started that whistling again. I knew it wasn't him, you see, it was the devil living in him. That's what's important to understand. Same with that guy at the corner there. It's the devil living in him. And that's what I've realized. See, it's the same thing dwelling in me as well. Romans 7:18. If Paul had no good thing dwelling in him, so do you. That's why you got to be sober and vigilant at all times, because the devil, your adversary, is not only a roaring lion looking to whom he might devour, but also he's inside of you looking to trip you up, you see. Because if Paul had no good thing dwelling in him, and he was one of the best Christians, right? Wrote half the Bible practically. So yeah, and but in the store, he does that. I turn around, and I decided to handle it like this. Now, I don't know if this is really the right way, but I decided to do it as a musical. I just spread my legs apart, and I go, "Don't let Satan rule you inside." He totally laughed too. I mean, you know, he took it in good stride. You know, he's walked by, he's laughing. You know, but it's. I don't mean to make too much light of it. Oh well, it's the initial D car, or it kind of looked like it. But yeah, anyway, so I don't know if that's really the right way necessarily to deal with that, but you know, because like, you know, a more serious approach, if somebody argues that, I would be humble to say, okay, yeah, maybe so. Yeah, as I was just saying, man, that evil spirit. And I was wondering if it was because of the last movie I made for some reason. Now, this happens to me on a regular basis, so I'm used to it by now. It's like I've seen the pattern. When I upload something that really angers the demonic realm, all of a sudden, like, the spirits will come against me, like in people, just like that guy in the corner that just like attacked me. Like he came, I don't know if you saw that or not, but let me just tell you what happened in case it didn't show up on camera. That bum standing in the corner, that homeless guy, he just comes up like he comes like butting up like that, you know. And I wasn't expecting it, you know. I didn't think he was like gonna come at me, but he was that was the spirit of Satan in him, I think. You know, I mean, that's, you know, it's all speculation, but you know, that sense of attacking. By the way, another thing that I've noticed, when you walk around with the camera, boy, it's amazing the shit you get. That's why I see like people like Potato Jet and all these people that are into the whole camera thing. They go out with people, you know, because you got a lot of bad folks out there. The other day I was in downtown LA, and I should have realized it, but it didn't really like register in my mind that something like that would happen. But I was walking by this marijuana paraphernalia stores in this really seedy part of LA, and I had seen like these gang member type, you know, dudes standing outside like in the alley, but I didn't see them in front, you know, because like they were in the back alley. But then I was walking on like on the main boulevard, and when I came by with my camera to take some pictures, this guy came out of his store and told me he didn't want me to take pictures, and I could tell he was like, you know, if I had given him any crap or anything, you know, he might have, because he had all his buddies there. And then so I said, okay, man, and I kept walking. And then another guy came out with his little scooter, and he came up next to me. He says, hey, man, you know, if you take a picture, you know, this guy's gonna get mad, man, you know, kind of like threatening me, you know. And I gotta be honest with you, you know, like, I think a bigger man wouldn't even bother, like, you know, okay, that's just, you know, people being testy, you know, people being challenging, you know. But it did bother me. And later I thought about it, you know, is it a rebuke? You know, is this a rebuke? Because that's what I do when something like that happens, and it kind of leaves a sour note in my emotional repertoire. But because that, and like I said, I'm overly sensitive to it. One thing I've realized, that's an interesting thing I want to catalog here, is that there are various afflictions which that are not necessarily like diseases or, you know, like being crippled or something like that. There's emotional afflictions, and I think one of the afflictions that I have is being too sensitive to negative stimulus. And so I'm like an offense mind waiting to go off. And so when that happened, it's just a minor incident of some, like, you know, little hooligan thugs, you know, just, and I told him, I said, when that guy on the scooter said, hey man, so this guy's getting mad, I said, art, man, art. You know, I was taking a picture for art. That's what I was. I was taking a picture, you know, for artistic pictures. And, so it's no big deal, you know, it's really not a big deal. And then what's interesting though is that guy, when that little gangster guy on the scooter came up to me and told me, hey man, you shouldn't be taking pictures, man. You know, this guy's getting mad. You know, you never know, man. Get mad. You know, something bad gonna happen. And then, but after I said, you know, art, man, art, and you know, and then he finally just kind of went on, and further up ahead of me on the sidewalk, there was this big ass white guy with tattoos all over him. Look, I mean, just like huge. This guy could have killed me by looking at me. He was so badass, and he's with his girlfriend. And I saw the little Mexican guy on the scooter say some shit to him, like right as he turned around the corner. So when that big white dude came by, I came up to him and I said, hey man, what did that guy say to you? And he said he told me to get off the street. Okay, now just let me clarify that what this little Mexican dude on the scooter, little Mexican gangster guy with all the tattoos on his face, you know, telling me that, hey man, you better not be taking pictures, you know, because you know, you might get hurt or something, you know. This guy was like a fly, just like me, in comparison to this huge ass dude with a white chick, and you know, because there's and it was just interesting how that offense that he committed against me, it's like, and then he had to, like, he saw another white guy that seemed like he was maybe, you know, racially motivated, you know, but it was just interesting how he started a fight with that guy for no reason. And then the white guy, after I asked him that, you know, he told me to get off the street, but he didn't want to talk to me. Like for some reason, like he just immediately walked away from me without saying anything, and left with his girlfriend kept walking. I don't know, maybe something happened and he didn't have time to talk or something. But it was like he didn't want to talk to me. And like, as he left, I said, sorry about that, man. Just kind of apologizing for that situation. Like, this poor guy, he was just walking with his girlfriend, and some jerk off gangster guy has to give him some shit and kind of screw up his day. It kind of sucks. You're trying to like trying to enjoy your life, walking down the street, checking out the sights, and you have some prick face telling you to get off the street for no damn reason. That's why I kind of apologize, because maybe I caused it by pissing these guys off, because I wasn't like sticking the video camera like right in your face. I was standing on the public sidewalk, so I was completely within my legal rights to do so. But he's like this Mexican gangster's coming out, hey man, why don't you take a picture? And he's selling all his marijuana paraphernalia. It's no big deal or anything. I mean, it's all pretty much. I know it's legal to sell that stuff, but I mean, he just has to act like a tough guy, basically. But I think what it is also is that when people that are guilty get a camera pointed at them, they tend to freak out. They tend to get really offended and pissed off, and not only that, but once again, it's an excuse for Satan to attack me, because it can set off, you get these combined emotions, combined attacks. So it's one thing that they're already guilty in their lives, having a camera pointing at them, and then combined with the demonic rage against a child of God who is exposing the works of Satan. See, friends, now I've been homeless for 5 years, going into this coffee shop here in the afternoons, and you would see me like a lot of times. That's where I would go every single afternoon, and it worked because that was one of the best places. It's like in this kind of like corporate area here, so it's there's less of the nasty bums and crap that come into these and undesirable crapmo nuts that come into this come into coffee shops. And so in that one was the best place to work, because even though I don't like the the icky bad karma corporate environment, but it still ended up being the best place to work, because it's just more civilized. You don't have to kind of one of the worst problems you get in Starbucks or sitting in coffee shops when you're homeless, you don't have anywhere else to go all day, is the undesirable homeless crapmo nuts. But I was just thinking that how cool it is that now I live here right across the street, man. Praise God, huh? What a blessing. I really was blessed, and every day I'm just so grateful. And I don't know how long it'll last, and I want to be clear about that, guys, that I have no idea how long my luxury accommodations will last, because it's always the history has been, it's like 100% reliable that eventually I'll be kicked out or have to leave and find myself on the road again, which is why I haven't sold my RV. But and also, in addition to that, there is some gnarly stuff going down, and I want to fill you in all on it more. But right now, like I said, we're still doing some work to try to resolve a situation, and we may need to keep things kind of under wraps. So that is why I can't tell you all the details about it. But my ability to stay in this place may be ending soon, the glory days. But it sure was great. I've been here for 6 months, and I'll tell you, friends, it has been so nice, such a nice break. The difference between having a home and not having a home is like night and day for me, man. Maybe some people are more rugged, and they can just totally be as happy, when they're on the road, where they have a indoor cushy apartment, but not me, man. I do a lot better indoors, frankly, when I at least have that. Also, it's just kind of a sense of security too. I'm kind of insecure. I'm insecure. So that's why I like a place, It gives me a sense of a home base. And I'll tell you though, man, these people that I see homeless all around here, now I think about it more, since I faced that situation when you have nowhere to go all day, and it just sucks, man. And it's just so nasty. There's just so much anger. And when I just moved my RV, because this place where I was at was so nasty, and these guys came by and started honking, and they honk every time they drive by. So those people that have to camp out there in their RVs because they have no better place to live, and and they just get abused from all the people that live there that don't want to. Every time these people that are rich and luxurious and they live in houses and everything's cool for them. Well, guess what? They have to drive by and disrespect them and honk and throw trash and crap at their car and at their homeless mobile. And you just got to realize, God said, vengeance belongs to me. Thank you for this home.